Hi everyone, it's Sul, and today it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to part 5 of the LEGO tour. Now, I wasn't expecting to make another one of these videos so soon after the last one. After all, I've now done 4 of these tour videos, as well as 3 individual set reviews, totaling 22 sets showcased on camera. Nevertheless, my collection has continued to grow, and with Christmas just around the corner and a top secret pre-order on the way, I wanted to get us all up to date on the current state of the collection before it gets any bigger. So let's dive right in. The first set I want to show you today is set 40639, The Bird's Nest. This was a Christmas present from my sister, which depicts a European robin, often associated with Christmas here in the UK, and 2 chicks, as well as 3 Easter eggs for some reason. While the seasonal messaging is somewhat mixed, the set actually has a much more personal meaning. The robin was the favourite bird of my granddad, who passed away in 2021, and since then it's been a superstition in our family that whenever we see a robin, it means that he's with us. I'm not the superstitious kind myself, but I do always think of my granddad whenever I see a robin, so I guess in a way having this LEGO one means that he really is always with me. So thank you to my wonderful little sister Isabel for this amazing present, and with that, let's move on to this, set 31147, the Retro Camera. You may remember this set from its brief appearance at the end of part 4 of the tour, at which time I'd only just bought it and it was as yet unbuilt. Well, here it is in all its glory. The Retro Camera is a Creator 3-in-1 set, with the main build being this fairly accurate representation of a classic SLR camera. It also includes 2 rolls of film with some stickers to represent photos, and you can even pop one of these in the back of the camera as you would with the real thing. The colourful strap is also a nice touch, although it is only made of cards, so it's quite delicate. As well as this delightful camera, the set can also be built into a camcorder or television set. Though, as with many Creator 3-in-1 sets, at least one of these feels like something of an afterthought. Sticking with the Creator range, we have 2 more 3-in-1 sets, set 31160, the Race Plane, and set 31134, the Space Shuttle. Both of these sets are on the smaller end of the Creator range, with the Space Shuttle having 144 pieces and the Race Plane having 178. Despite having a similar piece count, the Race Plane costs £4 more than the Space Shuttle, though I feel this is justified as the set is physically larger and includes a rather nice display stand. Once again, both sets have 2 alternate builds, and this time I think they're pretty decent all round. The Race Plane can become a fighter jet or helicopter, while the Space Shuttle can become a starfighter or an astronaut. I should also mention that the Space Shuttle can actually open up and has a little satellite hidden inside, so that's pretty cool. Now, you may recall that in part 3 of the tour I showed off 3 sets from the LEGO Botanicals range, namely the Chrysanthemum, the Plum Blossom, and the Lucky Bamboo. These are actually 3 builds from a set of 4, and I mentioned in that video that I would eventually like to complete the set by acquiring the 4th, set 10343, the Mini Orchid. And here it is at long last. I've spoken very highly of the botanical collection in the past, and this set has reminded me of just how brilliant it is. You wouldn't think that a flower as complex and delicate as the orchid could be accurately represented with a few plastic bricks, but just look at the detail on this thing. The intricate flowers, the long, broad leaves, the delicate buds, all brought together with a beautiful brick-built pot which has come to define this incredible collection. Once again, the Botanical Collection, possibly my favourite LEGO range at the moment. But the tour's not over yet. We still have one more set to discuss, and it's this, set 5009045, the Marine Chronometer. As you may be able to tell from the abnormal set code, this is not a retail set, instead being distributed as a LEGO Insiders reward redeemable for 2,400 points. I've been a LEGO Insider for a while now, and this is the second set I've redeemed with my reward points, the first being the World of Wonders shown in part 3 of the tour. There's not much to say about the Marine Chronometer other than it's a fun little build, but one curious coincidence is that the pattern on the lid just so happens to resemble a crafting table. And because I chose to display my LEGO Minecraft crafting table without its top, it makes a nice little matching base for the chronometer to stand on. And that concludes part 5 of the LEGO tour. As always, the collection continues to grow and there'll probably be a part 6 coming in the new year, but for now, we're once again up to date. Thank you so much for joining me today, I do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.